Hi, my name is Shakayla Evans, and this is my performance assessment development presentation. I decided to do my presentation on teaching strategies in the area of development for language for toddlers. The standard that I will be assessing is Objective 9 uses language to express thoughts and needs. With this standard comes dimensions such as A, uses an expanding expressive vocabulary, B, speaks clearly, C, uses conventional grammar, and D, tells about another time or place. Being that I am focusing on the specific standard, there are dimensions that each child should be able to fall in out of the four. There may be some children who meet all of the dimensions listed, and then there are others that teachers will have to work with more precisely for them to meet the standard. Knowledge learning targets represents the factual information, procedural knowledge, and conceptual understandings that underpin each discipline or content area. In this learning target, children should be able to know, list, identify, understand, and explain in this learning target. The learning targets that would be identified are identifying emotions in others and also being able to be aware of their own feelings. Reasoning learning targets specify thought processes students must learn to do well across a range of subjects. Children should be able to infer, summarize, predict, analyze, and classify in this learning target. A book that we are currently reading that the children are becoming to love is Dr. Seuss's Are You My Mother? It explains how a little bird has hatched and notices that his mother is nowhere to be found. So he goes on a journey to look for his mother, and throughout the story, he approaches animals asking them, Are you my mother? And most of them reply, No. So at this point, we ask, Well, how do you think the bird feels now? Most answers are, they get mad, sad, and even frustrated. This way, they can get an understanding of how others feel. Skill targets are those where a demonstration or a physical skill-based performance is at the heart of the learning. Children will be able to demonstrate, perform, and pronounce in this learning target. In this section, my children are learning new vocabulary words, where they are able to connect them to the real world. For example, we are learning about summer, so we introduce the words shorts, sun, sandcastles, sunglasses, and flip-flops. Most children in my room are beginning to make sentences because we have went over these words for so long that they can identify them when they are seen. One of my children, for example, walked in the classroom and said, The sun is shining today and I am so happy. In this case, that child was able to identify their feelings based off how the weather was that day. Product targets describe learning and artifacts where creation of a product is the focus of the learning target. Children in this learning target will be able to create, design, draw, make, and write. My children will be able to simply write on pieces of paper of what they are trying to express since they are too young to begin to write and form letters. That does not mean the teachers cannot begin to get them to trace the first letter of their names, which elevates the children to a higher level because they are already able to identify the first letters of their names as well as their peers. This picture shows the student-friendly template. In this template, it explains children's goals, role, audience, procedure, and lastly, performance. The goal for the standard is to have children begin to get a clear understanding of using their language to express their thoughts and needs. Children's roles consist of engaging in activities, keeping an open mind to learn, identifying diversity within the classroom, and using new language to help build vocabulary. The audience is the teachers to show them they are able to perform the material that was being taught. The procedure consists of starting small, using little words, and then gradually working our way up to big words, then trying to connect words together to make sentences. Children's performance will be collected by gathering in-class work and putting them in their individual portfolio. On this slide is where I created my language learning assessment rubric for toddlers. They will be rated on language comprehension, expression of feelings and needs of self and others, interaction using language, language structure, drawing, and writing. They will be rated from the numbers 1 through 4 based on their progress. When creating this rubric, it is important to remember that this is for toddlers and can also be used for preschoolers, but it may be a little more detailed because they are mature. The people that read these rubrics and begin to gain an understanding for it are parents, teachers, and head administrative staff that wants to know where their children are falling in the category of using language to express feelings and needs. If they were to receive a 5 rating, that would lead them into the preschool grading scale. Language development is a critical part of your child's overall development. It supports your child's ability to communicate and express and understand feelings. It also supports thinking and problem solving and developing and maintaining relationships. It is also important to begin to expose children to languages so they are able to begin to form words and sentences. There are steps to children learning language, so it is a process to get them to understand it and use it.